Alright guys, so picking up from where we left off in the last video, I'm putting on the intake. I decided to end up going with an LS6 intake because that's what's on the car from the factory. Eventually the intake will probably change to something else, but especially in the beginning, that's what I'm going to probably end up going with. So, you know, also I decided to end up going with 80-pound injectors for the car, at least originally for this, just because I had them laying around for another build. Also, as you can tell, got the valve covers painted. I don't think I'll end up running these valve covers in the end, just because I need to install breathers and stuff on it. But they came out pretty good, I think. So. Alright, so the next big thing that was a huge issue on the car was the wastegate down tubes. And this was because my kit ended up, I don't think, had the clamps for it. I ended up getting in contact with John over at Huron Speed, and they are sending me out some clamps right now. But I had to grind down some clamps that I had in order to make the wastegate down tubes fit. But besides that, it's kind of just mocked up for this first start. It has no exhaust on the car, so it's just open straight out the turbo. So that's the setup temporarily until that make more progress. But I just want to verify everything in this, first startup clip. Alright guys, so we're back here with another video. Since the last time that we left off, I've made a ton of progress on the car, and right now it's ready for the attempt at the first start. So what we're going to attempt to do first is prime the motor, see with the oil pressure and whatnot, and then from there, if everything's cool, then attempt the first start. The only thing that's different right now is I don't have a cam sensor in the car, so I will have to spin the motor over a few times before it sinks. So yeah. Alright, so battery's plugged in. Let's see if the key unlock works here. Oh, exciting. First time I've seen that happen in a while. Actually what I'll do for the first start is I'll unplug the coil packs. I can do that real quick. Wow. Such a long time. Alright. Just had to run through a little checklist real quick and see, make sure I have everything before I try this. So here we go. Alright, we have verified oil pressure. It's because of the cam sensor. Alright, so First little startup. Not really running it for long because it doesn't have downpipes, so I don't want to burn up any wires down there. So that was that. Just confirming we got oil pressure. So yeah, pretty much it for now. I'm gonna go from there. All right, guys. So in and off today's video, we definitely had a huge success of getting the car started, but that success is kind of short-lived because we ran into another issue. I was pretty motivated after I heard the engine start and getting this first start in to try to button up the car and try to make it for a dyno appointment this week. But that was short-lived whenever I realized that the downpipes did not fit on the turbo. As you can see in this first image here, that basically it's about a half an inch off or so, and it's also hitting the wastegate down tube there. If you could see, the lip of the turbo is extended about maybe about 2 inches away from the housing, which on a normal turbo it shouldn't be like that. So this is not an issue firsthand off of the Huron Speed kit. It's more of a turbo issue itself. In this next picture here, you can see a normal T4 style turbo. This is a Turbonetics on the bottom, and mine is on the top, which is a VS Racing 6762 turbo. And actually the main problem with it is that I found out it's based off of the S300 series of turbos. So it has a weird exhaust housing on it that basically pushes it out another inch or two away from the housing itself. So this causes the V-band to contact the frame and also causes everything else to be off about an inch, so inch or 2 inches. So think about it like this: because the V-band and the exhaust is pushed back an inch or two, that means everything else down the line, including my exhaust an inch, my X pipe, my everything will be pushed back. So it just doesn't work. It doesn't fit right. So the only solution to this is either I have to remove the turbo and cut off maybe an inch or so, maybe 2 inches of the housing, or just swap turbos. For me, the easier route was just to swap turbos. Cutting that flange off is a pain, and getting it rewelded, and then basically I'm gonna have to mock it up, fit it, and all that. For me, it just wasn't something that I was looking to do, at least not on that particular turbo, because it was inexpensive. So the next better route was just to swap turbos, which yeah. So that's what the next, I guess, video is going to be. I don't know if I will show it or record it. I may just swap it over and not film it, because I know you guys are probably really tired of seeing me working on this thing. So at least I don't want to repeat the exact same process that I just did, which was installing it. So I'll probably just do that and knock it out and then kind of go from there. But if you guys have made it this far in the video, let me know what you think in the comments. Also, thank you guys so much for watching. Keep a lookout for the next video. Thanks.